prompted a declaration that Russell Westbrook is the best point guard. Westbrook, of course, did not disagree with his coach. Let's find out how the gentlemen feel about it. I like this topic already. I'm just smiling for whatever reason. The best point guard in the NBA, Stephen A. Smith.
Russell Westbrook, it depends on your category about what a point guard is. For me personally, it's an ability to run the show. It's to be an extension of the coach on the floor. In that definition, I do not give Russell Westbrook that nod. I give that nod to Chris Paul. I think Chris Paul is a sensational floor leader. I think considering his size, miniature in terms of being a legit 6 feet, 6'1", thinking about how he can play ball on the defensive side of the ball as well as offensively, how he makes things happen not just for himself but for his teammates. To be an extension of the coach on the floor, to me that edge goes to Chris Paul, CP3. However, if you're telling me it's about numbers and someone's athletic ability, there is no rival to Russell Westbrook than Derrick Rose, a healthy Derrick Rose. I think if Derrick Rose is healthy, Derrick Rose is in this conversation as #1 or #2. I just think Derrick Rose is that much of a star. A matter of fact, if Derrick Rose stay healthy for this entire season, I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that Cleveland goes to the finals. I think Chicago's going to have something to say about that. But to me, my top 4 guards, point guards in the NBA, are Chris Paul, in no necessary order, but Chris Paul.
Not in any order.
Not in any order. Okay. Chris Paul, Tony Parker, Russell Westbrook, Steph Curry. That's the way I look at it. I love me some Steph Curry. Now,
but wait, Stephen, how come they're not in any order? Because he's saying
because I haven't gotten to that yet.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
I don't want to, because what you have to learn, Kerry Champion, is that if I have given Skip a specific order,
he would have went at you. He would have went at you.
He wouldn't have listened to the rest of my points. He would have been attacking my order instead of listening to my point.
He's ready.
So I didn't want it to wait for that. I love Steph Curry, but I love Steph Curry offensively. I love Derrick Rose, but I got questions about his health. I love Tony Parker, okay, who just gives it to most guys. But I'm sensing a little bit of slowing down. Tony Parker at his best is the best. The problem is there's too many minutes.
Oh, really? You'd give him that?
At his best.
He's the best?
At his best.
I'm shocked you just said that.
Tony Parker at his best is
San
the
Antonio,
best.
did you just hear
that?
that?
What I see him doing on the football, his reputation, his resume speaks for itself. He's a champion 3-4 times over.
Okay.
We know what Tony Parker can do. But I just look, sometimes he's in sync with Popovich. Other times, Tony Parker just seems in a distant stratosphere, fatigue, attrition, those kind of things. I don't see that with Chris Paul. I look at Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is the most explosive offensive point guard this side of Derrick Rose in the NBA, even maybe including Derrick Rose. Russell Westbrook is unstoppable. He cannot be guarded one-on-one. I don't know if he could be guarded 2-on-1. He's so explosive, so athletic, so quick, got the jump and everything. But his ability to run a show and keep the mistakes at a minimum sometimes are just not there. Where he makes up for it is that there's nobody that plays harder. And there's nobody at that position that plays harder defensively. Russell Westbrook is an elite competitor, and he is coming at you. It's just that when I look at the point guard position, an extension of the coach on the floor is how I define a point guard. And I don't think anybody is that better than Chris Paul.
I am with you. My issue with this whole topic is the label point guard. I look back, I'm going to go way back. Bob Cousy was a pure point guard. He ran the show. Magic Johnson was a pure point guard to me. John Stockton, pure point guard. I'll even go, Steve Nash, pure point guard. But all of a sudden, that label has been watered down into shoot first point guard, right? That's what most of the guys on this list want, to score the basketball first. Before they pass, before they distribute, their mentality is, I am a scorer. Russell Westbrook's mentality, his basic nature is, I'm going to stick the ball in the basket and you can't stop me. I'm going to go up over you. I'm going to slam it on you. I'll shoot jumpers over you, but I'm going to score the basketball. So now, shoot first point guard is an oxymoron to me. It's a contradiction in terms. You know, it's like, who are you? Are you just what they call a combo guard? Or are you basically just a guard, which which is kind of how Tony Parker and Manu play when they play together. It's just like they're guards, okay? They're not really the point, although to me, Ginobili is a much better distributor of the basketball than Tony Parker is. So he's a more pure point guard at about 6'5" or 6" than Tony Parker is at 6'2". But I am with you. If we're just talking the ability to set up your teammates, Chris Paul's in a league of his own on that. He won the assist title last year by almost 2 full assists a game. He's 10.7. John Wall was at 8.8. That's extraordinary. That's a leap from John Wall up to Chris Paul. But Chris Paul is pass first. I'm going to set it. He can score when called upon, we know, and he can have his hot streaks. We're not debating how great a player he is. We're just talking about pure point guard here. He is by far the best pure point guard because all the other guys on this list, starting with Russell, Derrick Rose, they are shoot-first point guards, right? Steph is a shoot-first point guard. Isn't he a scorer first? He can distribute. Well, he's got a great hand.
Wait, hold on 1 second. I just want to make sure I understand what you're saying. So CP3, in terms of pure point guard, is the closest to Magic and Steve.
Oh, all those guys.
And Cousy. He's right there with them in that class.
I mean, now if we want to rank those guys, I would put Magic at the top of that list by far. Okay, that's just me. Now,
some people will put Magic at the top of the list because Magic's 6'9" and he could look over defenses. And even though there is no debating the greatness of Magic Johnson and the champion that he was, at the same time, Magic wasn't the most athletic dude in the world. And when you put Magic,
don't hold that against him.
Well, I'm not holding it against him, but where it can be held against him is that when you put somebody his size on him, like a Scottie Pippen defending him in the NBA Finals, you saw what happened. And so my point to you is that you look at an Isaiah Thomas, for example. Isaiah could score, but Isaiah did both and wasn't given enough credit for that as a 2-time champion on the elite level. So we got to understand that the job description that people have from time to time factors into the equation, and it can't be ignored. I look at Steph Curry. Steph Curry needs to be Steph Curry in order for Golden State to be successful. You know, we debated on many occasions to the point where you even conceded that Russell Westbrook may need to be Russell Westbrook in order for Oklahoma City to be successful. The difference is that that's how Russell Westbrook is, and he was never going to adjust. When I look at Chris Paul, when I look at a Derrick Rose, when I look at a Steph Curry, when I look at a Tony Parker, I see individuals with the versatility to be whatever they need to be in order for their franchises to win games. Whereas Russell Westbrook, you have to adapt and adjust to him.
Okay, I agree with that, which is why if we're just ranking players on this list of quote-unquote point guards, Russell Westbrook is the best player on this list.
Oh, okay.
Now, does that make him the best teammate for Kevin Durant? No, it does not.
I will tell you this. This is the best way I put it. If I am starting a team, if I'm one of the top 5 teams, and I'm starting a team with a player, Russell Westbrook is one of the top 5 players I'm starting my team.
Okay, all right. But what happened in overtime of that crucial Game 6 in Oklahoma City? San Antonio at Oklahoma City? In overtime, Durant got Westbrooked. That's what happened. Westbrook tried to take over and failed to take over at the expense of a guy who I think we all would agree is even a little better player than Russell Westbrook is.
Well, again, the problem that I point the finger to some degree at Kevin Durant for that, because Kevin Durant is lethal. He's big time. He's the second best player in all of basketball. But you have to be assertive enough to sit there and say, give me the damn ball.
Well, you got a runaway train with the basketball in his hand, and Russell Westbrook, he's hard to stop.
If anybody can reel Russell Westbrook in remotely, it's Kevin Durant. And by the way, give Russell Westbrook credit. Even he's a competitor, but he's not selfish. If Kevin Durant wanted the ball, Russell Westbrook would give him the ball.
Okay.
He wouldn't keep it from him, I'm saying.
In terms of pure point guard, the gentleman agrees CP3 is the closest by definition. All right, coming up next, folks. By definition, 10 teams.